Hey everybody, how's it going? Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com to give you my thoughts on WWE Hell in a Cell 2015 from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Overall, I thought that this was a really strong pay-per-view from start to finish. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's get to the matches here. The opener, the kickoff match, six-man tag, Dolph Ziggler, Neville, and Cesaro against Wade Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev. This was a rematch from Monday Night Raw. This was a fine opener to start off the pay-per-view. Cesaro was on fire. Crowd was really into him. This was a fun match. Cesaro's team picked up the win. You had Stardust out there with Stardust section signs along with the Ascension, so I'm guessing the next feud for Cesaro is against Stardust. Not really the best way to utilize Cesaro, but it is what it is. Moving on to the main card here, we had the John Cena US Title Challenge kick off the pay-per-view. John Cena came out, and then you had Zeb Coulter come out. And no, it was not Jack Swagger as the challenger, which some people were thinking. Zeb Coulter cut a promo, and out came his former nemesis, making his surprise return to the WWE, Alberto Del Rio. Now, there were some rumors in recent weeks that he was in talks with WWE about coming back, but nobody brought up Del Rio as a possible challenger for the US title match. This was a huge shock to everybody. Some people online didn't like it, but I felt that this was a cool way to bring him back in Los Angeles, a large Hispanic crowd. They went nuts for him, and this was a good match. Not great or anything. It was actually pretty short. And it was very surprising because not only did Del Rio win the match, but he beat John Cena clean with a kick to the face. And it was funny because the crowd had a delayed reaction. They were not expecting Cena to lose like that. And when he did, it took them a second to realize it. And then they were like, oh my God, Cena lost. And then they all started cheering and going crazy. So Alberto Del Rio, the new US champion, beating John Cena clean as Cena takes his time off. It's weird because they did not do any kind of injury angle with John Cena. Del Rio just beat him straight up, and I guess Cena's gone now unless he appears on Raw and they do an angle. Hot way to start off the show. Del Rio's back. He's the new champion. You had the first of two Hell in a Cell matches between Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. I thought that this was a really good match. Probably Roman Reigns' best singles match in WWE. I mean, it's right up there with the match against Daniel Bryan at Fastlane and the WrestleMania match with Brock Lesnar. I thought this was a strong showing from both of them, and it was better than I thought it was going to be going in. They used kendo sticks. At one point, Roman Reigns was using two kendo sticks. Maybe Steve Blackman put all the weapons under the ring. Who knows? You had lots of table spots in this match. Reigns with a rock bottom onto Roman Reigns through the table on the outside, and then you had Roman Reigns power bombing Bray through a table in the ring, and then you had Roman Reigns spearing Bray Wyatt off the apron through a table. And at the end of the match, you had Bray Wyatt with the kendo stick, setting him up like he was going to try to throw Roman Reigns into the stick. Roman Reigns reversed it, threw Bray Wyatt into it, and then hit the spear and got the win. So I thought that this was really good. Both of these guys I thought came off looking stronger after this match. Even Bray Wyatt in defeat because it was such a back and forth match between the two of them. Then we had the tag team title match. This was another surprise because I thought for sure the Dudley Boys were going to beat the New Day and finally win the tag team titles, but it didn't happen. Xavier was not there. You did have the trombone, however, so I was happy about that, even though we didn't get to hear the trombone. It was still cool to see the trombone. The trombone, in my opinion, is like the fourth member of the New Day, and it did end up playing a role in this match. The Dudley Boys, they botched something early in the match. They were trying to do a double team move, and it didn't work out at all. And you had the announcers saying it was a miscommunication. Basic match, nothing all that much to note about. You had the end with the trombone. You had Kofi Kingston grabbing the trombone and throwing it at Bubba Ray Dudley and then laying down and trying to tell the referee he got hit with the trombone. So it was like an Eddie Guerrero moment here. But the referee said he didn't see it, so he made the match continue. You had Bubba destroying the trombone, which angered me greatly. How dare that son of a bitch destroy the trombone? But as it turns out, I think it was Kofi. Who was it? Big E. Big E got the piece of the trombone and hit Bubba with it, and then Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise and got the pinfall. So New Day retains the tag team titles. Surprised here. I thought Dudley's would win the titles back. Maybe they're going to be repackaged in a month as the Dudley Boys 2K20 or something like that, like LOD 2000 or some crap. But I'm happy the New Day retained the titles. I think they're such a hot act right now, and maybe WWE just felt they wanted to keep the titles on the New Day right now, and it was better to keep it on the young team rather than put it on the veterans. So next up we had the Divas title match, Charlotte versus Nikki. No Divas at ringside, so no Brie yelling, "Come on, Nikki!" This match was pretty good, actually. They really tried hard here. It was better than most WWE pay-per-view Divas matches. They were both on the top rope, and Charlotte was able to reverse it. And then they were on the outside, and Nikki had hit an Alabama slam on Charlotte. I mean, they really tried hard to make this a good match. And, you know, to their credit, it was better than most of the WWE Diva pay-per-view matches. Charlotte ended up retaining, and you had Paige come out and celebrate along with Becky Lynch. So is it sincere or not? I guess that's what we're going to find out on Raw, if Paige is really happy or if deep down she's still pissed off. I'm not sure what direction they're going in. One would assume Paige is going to go full-fledged heel soon, and they will do that match at Survivor Series. Next up, we have the WWE Title Match. Seth Rollins versus Kane. Nothing too noteworthy. It was a fairly standard match. It could have been a match on Raw. You had Kane powerbombing Seth Rollins on the table on the outside, which didn't break. Actually, no, I take that back. It was Seth Rollins powerbombing Kane on the announce table. And you had Seth Rollins hit the pedigree, retain the title. Like I said, what wasn't that much of a title match. It was more or less a Raw main event match. And nothing unexpected happening. You know, we all figured that Seth Rollins would retain the title here, and that's what happened. So, fairly straightforward. At least Rollins got a solid win. Then we had the IC title match, Kevin Owens versus Ryback. Once again, nothing much to it. It could have been on Monday Night Raw. Just a standard title defense for Kevin Owens. Crowd did not like Ryback at all. They didn't even really do the Feed Me More chants that much. And Kevin Owens wins with the pop-up powerbomb, and that was that. And then we had the main event. This was an awesome match. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker definitely lived up to the hype. Was it better than the 2002 match? A lot of people debating about that. I think that the 2002 match was better technically because both guys were younger and it was a little bit faster paced. But this match told a great story. And it had blood, lots of blood actually. You had Brock Lesnar being thrown into the post, and then later in the match, Undertaker got busted open. So you had blood, you had the steel steps, you had the chair shots, you had Brock Lesnar hitting 3 suplexes, F5, Undertaker kicks out, and it went back and forth. You had Undertaker with Brock in the submission hold, and then Brock breaks out of it. He gets really angry, starts punching repeatedly onto Undertaker like it's an MMA fight. So yeah, this was good stuff. And then you had Brock literally with his bare hands ripping apart the ring and exposing the boards. And Undertaker hit the tombstone, Brock kicked out, and then Brock was able to hit the F5 on the boards and was able to get the pinfall. Oh, I should mention the most important part. When Brock was down, he hit The Undertaker with a low blow. So it was revenge from the previous pay-per-views when Undertaker used a low blow. I thought that this was a great finish, a great way for Brock to get his revenge on Undertaker and pick up the win here in Hell in the Cell. So after the match, Brock leaves, Undertaker's in the ring, he sits up, the crowd is going crazy, they're giving Undertaker this huge standing ovation, and out comes the entire 4-person Wyatt family. They get in the ring, they beat the crap out of the Undertaker, and they carry Undertaker out. Nobody makes the big save. I was thinking for a minute, like, somebody would come out, maybe Sting, maybe John Cena, or Roman Reigns, or Ambrose. Nobody came out to save this beloved icon, The Undertaker. But I assume we're going to have a match at Survivor Series, Team Taker versus Team Wyatt family. That seems to be the logical direction, with it being The Undertaker's 25-year anniversary at Survivor Series. That's what they're building it up as. So that should be a hell of a main event. So overall, thumbs up show. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed the matches. Liked the fact that they built up towards Survivor Series and they had a decisive end to Undertaker and Lesnar. Hopefully it's the final chapter. And I felt the match was as good of a match as they could have had. So not a whole lot of complaints. I enjoyed the show very much. Let me know what you thought about Hell in a Cell. Leave a comment at youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Subscribe, check out the other videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.